Your Excellency, please. That Cabernet University, congratulations for your leadership. The Honorable Joshua Kandia, a promoter of TVET. Thank you for your consistency and resilience. You are always in my office pushing us. Well done, Mheshimiwa. The chairperson of council and the members of the council, the chairman, Ken QA, the principal of this institution, all the other principals of our other institutions and members of CATI here present, including your chair, the principal of Cabernet University, the county commissioner, our distinguished graduates, our parents and guardians, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon again. I forgot to mention the MCAs here, and your sentiments have been well taken, and we'll be responding to them quite shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, let me start by stating that it gives me great pleasure and honor to join you today on this historic occasion, on the very first graduation ceremony of the Baringo National Polytechnic. This event does not just mark the celebration of academic achievement. It is also a defining moment in this institution's journey as a national polytechnic entrusted with the shaping of the technical and professional workforce of our nation. May I at the outset congratulate all the graduates seated before us today. Graduates, congratulations. You are the pioneer cohort to graduate from this institution under its new status as a national polytechnic. You carry with you not just certificates, but the hopes of your families, your community, and indeed our nation. I commend you for your resilience, for your discipline and commitment, especially in a time of rapid technological, economic, and social change, not only in our country, but globally as well. In the same vein, I congratulate the leadership of this Polytechnic for the good work that you've done since the elevation of this institution to national polytechnic status. You are expected to uphold high standards of governance, academic excellence, research, innovation, and accountability. I encourage you to position this institution as a Kenya's development agenda as articulated in Vision 2030 and the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, and our industrialization goals places technical and vocational education and training at the center of this transformation. TVET, or TVET institutions, TVET studies, TVET curriculum is no longer a second option. It is a strategic pathway to employment creation, innovation, and inclusive growth. In recognition of this, these reforms seek to ensure we are adaptable, entrepreneurial, and globally competitive. One of the most significant reforms that has been done is the strengthening of the competency-based curriculum and training. This approach shifts our focus from theory-heavy instruction to hands-on skills, training, practical assessment, and industry relevance. Under CBET, trainees are evaluated on what they can do, not just what they know. This reform responds directly to the long-standing skills mismatch between training institutions and the labor market. Closely linked to this is the government's emphasis on industry linkage and workforce or workplace learning. TVET Institute with industry transfer, particularly, note that the government is actively supporting these efforts through investments in modern training equipment, digital infrastructure, trainer upskilling, and curriculum review. This institution, for example, is among the 70 institutions countrywide that will be receiving support under the third phase of the supply of mechanical engineering equipment from AVIC International of China in the next 3 months. This Polytechnic is also earmarked for support from GIZ in refrigeration equipment, in addition to food and beverage infrastructure and equipment from colleges and Institute Canada, SICAN. In addition, we are undertaking reforms in the TVET financing, which is a question that you are asked, to enhance access to TVET programs. Indeed, following extensive consultations with the TVET subsector stakeholders, the government has rationalized the TVET fees to promote access to TVET offerings, and accordingly, the consolidated fees for TVET will now be reduced to 67,189 per year, inclusive assessment fees, and this fees structure will apply with effect from May 2026. At the same time, we continue to work towards enhancing access to scholarships, loans, and capitation. Through the Higher Education Loans Board, we seek to ensure that all our trainees are adequately funded to pursue their studies. In this connection, we are in discussions with the National Treasury to address funding gaps in the provision for loans so that we have more resources to cater for as many trainees as needed. And consequently, the delay that has been there is being sorted out, and your capitation scholarships and loans will be released within the next 2 weeks. We will also be able to ensure that we have officers from the Loans Board, especially during opening days, so that they can visit even this institution to assist you with the applications over and above those ones that we'll be sending to Duma centers. The import of these reforms is to promote access, promote equity, inclusion, and increased enrollment in our TVETs, especially for trainees from marginalized and vulnerable communities. More resources to our TVET institutions also means greater financial stability for the institutions, enabling them to focus on relevant research and quality education and training. As mentioned by one of the MCAs who we had a discussion with in the holding room, the vision for the TVET sector is this, that we'll be able to skill all our youth so that when politicians call for a meeting on a Monday or a Tuesday or a Thursday at 10 o'clock, nobody is available to attend that meeting, and the politicians will have to look for you in your places of work. In other words, we want to ensure that each and every person in our country, as we move towards first world, as envisioned by our great leader, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, our president, each person has something that they are doing, so that there is nobody who is idle and available to attend meetings even during working hours. That is our vision, that is our agenda, and we are going to work very hard to ensure that we've skilled each and everyone has to do something and contribute to the economy. Even as the government plays its part, TVET institutions also must continue to position themselves for greater efficacy and performance. And I'm glad the principal has just mentioned here that in one of the programs linking with industry, he is now not even able to supply enough manpower to that industry. So he needs to increase the number of students who are going to be taking that course in order to meet that demand that is industry. Update their curricula to integrate, among others, ICT, digital skills, renewable energy technologies, and climate-smart practices. This is the only way to produce graduates who will find relevance and meaning in the world of work. Without this strategic positioning, our training system will produce graduates. Let me speak now a little bit to our graduates. You are now entering the world of work at a time of profound transformation driven by digitization, automation, artificial intelligence, and the green economy. Critical thinking and adaptability. You must start today. As you leave this institution, remember that the certificates you receive today is not an end of learning. It is just the beginning. Be ethical, innovative, be ethical, be innovative, be entrepreneurial. Create jobs where none exist. Use your skills to solve real problems in your communities to move us to first world. Most importantly, encourage those behind you to take up TVET offerings as a pathway to self-empowerment. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, let me congratulate all of you once again for making strength to strength. God bless you. Asanteni sana na mbaki na Mungu. We will continue supporting this institution as requested, and we will ensure that the government does its part to ensure that we have infrastructure. We are doing capacity building. This month we are employing more trainers, and we are retooling them. The ones that are already employed, we are retooling them to adapt to the competency-based education and training model, and to prepare us for 2029 for the transition of the first cohort of the CBE class who have just joined grade 10. So together, as a team, we are sure that we'll be able to move this country forward in solving problems who are experts in not have a lot of people.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Our chief guest, graduates for the artisan level, be on your feet.
Our chief, we have the honor to present to you the following graduates who have been recognized for their exemplary academic performance during the year 2025-2026. Building and Civil Engineering Department. Plumber pipe fitter grade 3. Serial number 1 to 2. Carpenter joiner grade 3. Serial number 1 to 3. Mason grade 3. Serial number 1 to 2. Masonry level 3. Serial number 1. Plumbing level 3. Serial number 1 to 2. Plumbing level 4. Serial 1. Artisan in masonry. Credit, serial number 1 to 2. Pass, serial number 1 to 28. Artisan in plumbing. Credit, serial number 1 to 6. Pass, serial number 1 to 78.
Excuse me, graduates. Kindly, if you are within the serial numbers that have been called, be on your feet, kindly. Building department, artisan level. The serials that have been called, be on your feet.
Please, graduates, kindly remain upstanding.
Business and Entrepreneurship Studies Department, Artisan Certificate in Storekeeping. Pass, serial number 1 to number 2. Graduates remain upstanding.
Electrical and Electronics Department. Electrical Wireman, Grade 3, Serial 1 to 14. Electrical Installation, Level 3, Serial 1. Artisan in Electrical Installation, Credit, Serial 1 to 2. Pass, Serial 1 to 47. All graduates remain upstanding.
Fashion Design and Cosmetology Department, Dressmaking Grade 3, Serial 1 to 2. Beauty Therapy Grade 3, Serial 1 to 7. Hairdressing Grade 3, Serial 1 to 39. Fashion Proficiency, Serial 1 to 5. Credit, Serial number Garment Making, Credit, Serial number 1. Pass, Serial number 1 to Serial number 13. Graduates.
Hospitality and Tourism Department, Food and Beverage Production Grade 3, Serial 1 to Serial 29. Artisan Food and Beverage
Department. Welding labor. Credit. Artisan in welding and fabrication. Credit. Serial 1 to 4. Pass. Serial 1 to 17. Graduates remain abstained.
By the powers confirmed, trained, and satisfied the exam. Congratulations.
Our chief guest, I have the honor to present to you the following 9 heads of department to present to you graduates for the craft certificate level 5.
Our chief guest, we have the honor to present to you the following graduates who have been recognized for the exemplary academic performance during the year 2025-2026. Plumbing level 5, serial number 1 to 19. Craft certificate in plumbing. Credit, serial number 1 to 76. Pass, serial number 1 to 38. Craft certificate in land survey. Credit, serial number 1 to 17. Pass, serial number 1 to 36. Craft certificate in building technology. Credit, serial number 1 to 47. Pass, serial number 1 to 19. Graduates kindly remain upstanding.
Agriculture and Environmental Studies Department, Sustainable Agriculture for Rural Development Level 5, competent serial number 1 to 10. Craft certificate in general agriculture with distinction, serial number 1 to 15, with credit serial number 1 to 103. Graduates remain upstanding.
Business and Entrepreneurship Studies Department, Office Administration Level 5, competence, serial number 1 to 2, Craft Certificate in Cooperative Management, credit, serial number 1 to 4, Pass, serial number 1, Craft Certificate in Supply Chain Management, credit, serial number 1 to 7, Pass, serial number 1 to 13, Craft Certificate in Business Management, credit, serial number 1, Craft Certificate in Human Resource Management, credit, serial number 1 to 3, Pass, serial number 1 to number 4. All graduates remain upstanding.
Computing and Informatics Department, ICT Technician Level 5, serial 1 and 2, Craft Certificate in Information Technology, credit, serial 1 to 25, pass, serial 1 to 10. Graduates, please remain upstanding.
Electrical and Electronics Department, Electrical Installation Level 5, competent, serial number 1 to 6. Craft Certificate in Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Power Option, credit, serial 1 to 5. Pass, serial 1 to 90. All graduates remain upstanding.
Fashion Design and Cosmetology Department, Hairdressing Level 5, serial 1 to serial number 3. Craft Certificate in Fashion Design and Garment Making, distinction, serial number 1 to serial number 4. Credit, serial number 1 to serial number 82. Pass, serial number 1 to serial number 9. All graduates remain upstanding.
Food Production Culinary Arts Level 5, serial 1 to 5. Craft Certificate in Food and Beverage Production, Sales and Service, distinction, serial 1. Credit, serial 1 to 73. Pass, serial 1 to 22. Craft Certificate in Catering and Accommodation Operations, credit, serial 1 to serial 51. Pass, serial 1 to serial 18. Craft certificate in nutrition and dietetics, credit serial 1 to 15, pass serial 1. All graduates remain upstanding.
Liberal Studies Department, Social Work Development, Level 5, serial number 1 to 2. Library and Information Science, Level 5, serial number 1 to 3. Craft Certificate in Social Work Development, distinction, serial number 1 to 3. Credit, serial number 1 to number 35. Pass, serial number 1 to 3. Craft Certificate in Information Studies, credit, serial number 1 to 15. Pass, serial 1. Graduates keep upstanding. Thank you.
Mechanical, Automotive, and Petroleum Geoscience Department. Geophysical Exploration Level 5, serial 1 and 2 with proficient. Craft Certificate in Mechanical Engineering, credit, serial 1. Craft Certificate in Automotive Engineering, credit, serial 1 to 3. Pass, serial 1 to 21. Craft Certificate in Petroleum Geoscience, credit, serial 1 to 3. Pass, serial 1 to 3. Graduates, please remain upstanding.
Our chief guest, I now kindly invite you to confer the craft level 5 certificates to the graduates. Welcome, sir.
By the powers conferred on me by the TVET Act 2013, and you having trained and satisfied the examiners, I award you respective craft level 5 certificates. Congratulations.
Our chief guest, I have the honor to present to you the following 9 heads of departments to present graduates for Diploma Level 6 certificates.
Our chief guest, we have the honor to present to you the following graduates who have been recognized for their exemplary academic performance during the year 2025-2026. Building and Civil Engineering Department, Diploma in Land Survey, credit, serial number 1 to 19. Pass, serial number 1 to 16. Diploma in Quantity Survey, credit, serial 1 to 2. Pass, serial 1 to 2. Diploma in Civil Engineering, credit, serial 1 to 36. Pass, serial 1 to 41. Diploma in Building Technology, credit, serial 1 to 15. Pass, serial 1 to 15. Graduates kindly remain upstanding.
Agriculture and Environmental Studies Department, Agriculture Extension Level 6, competent, serial number 1 to 7. Diploma in General Agriculture with credit, serial number 1 to 55. Pass, serial number 1 to 15. Graduates kindly remain upstanding.
Business and Entrepreneurship Studies Department, Diploma in Cooperative Management, credit, serial number 1 to 3. Diploma in Business Management, credit, serial number 1 to 5. Pass, serial 1. Accounting Technician Diploma, pass, serial number 1 to 21. Diploma in Banking and Finance, pass, serial number 1. All graduates kindly remain upstanding.
Computing and Informatics Department, Computer Science Level 6, Serial 1 to 6, Diploma in Information Communication Technology, Credit, Serial 1 to 38, Pass, Serial 1 to 45. Graduates, please remain upstanding.
Electrical and Electronics Engineering Department, Diploma in Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Power Option. Credit, Serial 1 to 3. Pass, Serial 1 to 41. Kindly all graduates remain upstanding.
Fashion Design and Cosmetology Department, Fashion Design Level 6, Proficiency, serial number 1 to serial number 2, Diploma in Fashion Design, Credit, serial number 1 to serial number 11, Pass, serial number 1 to serial number 2. Graduates, please remain upstanding.
Hospitality and Tourism Management Department, Diploma in Nutrition and Dietetics, Credit, serial 1 to serial 3, Pass, serial 1 to serial 4. Diploma in Food and Beverage Production, Sales and Service Management, Credit, serial 1 to 29, Pass, serial 1 to serial 5. Diploma in Catering and Accommodation Management, Credit, serial 1 to serial 3. Graduates kindly remain upstanding.
Liberal Studies Department, Diploma in Social Work and Community Development, Distinction, Serial 1 to 5. Credit, Serial 1 to number 53. Pass, Serial 1 to 3. Diploma in Information Science, Credit.
Certified the examiners. Congratulations.
Our chief guest, our graduates are now fully empowered. We really appreciate. Thank you. I return the program back to Mr. Chesire.
So thank you very much, Madam Patricia Kepsang, for that session. Can we give her a clap? And thank you, our chief guest, for conferring the various certificates. So now allow me that we enter into a brief session of awards and gifts. So we are going to have them in this order. We will start with the best trainees. We have the best female trainee. We have the best
female trainee, and when Akiru Lina Kisik, best trainee overall. Name Enyei.
Request our chief guest to come and award the trainees.